How you doing today, folks? And welcome to Red Wolf Live and Unleashed. Now, I'm making this very, very clear by the title, by this initial thing I'm about to say right now. This is not going to be a family-friendly live stream. I am probably going to rant. You might like it, you might not. It is totally up to you. I, for the most part, also have a belief system that everyone can have their own personal opinion, and I'm not here to gatekeep anybody else. This is one of those things to where I kind of don't feel that way. If you are racist, please, by all means, get off my fucking channel. People that are uneducated see that in the background, other things, they confuse, paganism, hedonistic belief systems with racism. That's not what this channel is about at all. So if you came here for that, by all means, with the utmost respect, go fuck yourself. You were not welcome here. So let's get this started. First off, for those of you who are not aware, Greg Medford has a long, and I mean a long history of saying extremely disrespectful, full-on racist comments, and then he will delete the live stream because it's always on a live stream, and then deny it over and over and over and over again. And because Medford is such a strong cult following, people that follow that brand will pretty much hop on your ass. They will insult your family. They will literally hop on your pictures. They will do all sorts of weird ass shit. If you have your work list, they will call your work. They will do pretty much anything possible to bully your ass for disagreeing with their God. So for the most part, people don't really call out Greg Medford. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing exactly what this video does because man, people go fucking nuts for whatever reason for this brand. So first off, I have known Greg for probably 3 or 4 years. To be clear, we are by no means friends. I mean, I've met him at shows. I've fucking had dinner with the guy at one point in time, to be clear, with like me and like 30 other people. Like, I'm nothing special. And he doesn't say this shit in person. At least he never has before. I don't know if he gets drunk or I don't know if he just feels really brave on the internet, but he goes on live streams and he says a whole bunch of racist ass things. I've literally heard this man say the N-word multiple times. I've literally watched him then delete that live stream, then claim I never said this thing. Don't listen to the naysayers. No. Greg Medford is 100% a racist piece of shit. Period. I also want to be very clear. There's a bunch of different sides to the story, right? When people are always like, oh, they clone his knives, good for them. You do not disparage an entire race of people because a small subset does something shady. Because to be clear, that small subset, they do it because of a lack of moral character, not their skin tone, not where the fuck they come from, not their ideology, religious or otherwise. There are good and there are bad people literally everywhere. Racial, social, economical denominations do not play a fucking factor. You are either good, you just don't really care, or you're a bad fucking person. And again, like race does not play a fucking factor in that. A little bit of background for me. First off, my dad is fucking racist. My dad is extremely fucking racist. We don't talk because of that. When I was 12, 13 years old, I dated a black girl. To be clear, I'm from Oakland, California. And he called me a quote N-word lover and beat the ever-loving fuck out of my ass. And I left home when I was about 12, 13 years old because of it. So I have been around this type of shit most of my life. Most of my family are racist, unfortunately. A lot of them come from the South. A lot of them have some really piss poor ideological backgrounds. A lot of them are like Hell's Angels and some other shit as well. Some of them are really fucking good people, right? My uncle Jimmy, for example, Jimmy Bones, if you anybody who's a part of the red and white knows who that is, great fucking dude, right? But for the most part, they are just bad fucking people, and I stay away because of that. So I've been a part and have seen like the racism firsthand. Also, again, growing up in East Oakland, like majority of my friends are black or Hispanic. I have one white friend named Troy who is, he's interesting, say the fucking least. Again, there are good and bad people on all sides, Like someone's skin tone does not fucking matter. Furthermore, if right, if your only accomplishment in life, if the thing you were most proud about is something that you did not achieve, you did not earn it, you were born into it, you were born with the color you are. Um, if that's your greatest accomplishment, you're probably a sad fucking person. And to be clear, if you hate somebody else for what they were born into, you're also a pretty sad fucking person. That's a very thin argument at best. At best, it is just outright illogical and fucking dumb. And I think Greg Medford has been getting a pass for this for a long ass time. And I actually was not going to do a live stream, man. My buddy Corey Frost talking about it. I was like, nah, I'm not going to hop on there. Da, 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 da. But then I was talking to him about it, and a couple of my other friends about it. And I'm sending like long ass audio messages. So those of you who talk to me on social media know that. I don't really type. I basically just press the record button. I do like a long ass audio message for whatever I have to say. So I was like, I clearly have some shit to say. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's just say it. Um, I think that we all need to personally take a stand. And before anybody says, oh, well, hey, it's like, one man, that has a whole company, the employees, da, 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 da. If you support somebody who is racist, who is a hate monger, who chooses to just do really and truly disrespectful and out of pocket ass things, you're part of the problem. Are you the sole problem? No, but you are 100% part of it. A job is a job. I get it, man. If somebody offered me like $100,000 to work for Medford Knife and Tool, I'd think about it. Would I? Honestly, no, but I would heavily think about it. At the end of the day, man, we all need to make our own personal choices about where our pride lies, where our line is. But at the very least, we need to be honest with ourselves and with others about where that line is. For me personally, this is just my own personal opinion. I think supporting that man in any way, shape, or form, you're a piece of shit. If you disagree, if you like his knives, if you buy them anyways, fine. I own 5 Medford knives. I haven't bought a Medford in quite some time. The ones that I do have, I like them. They're good knives. The man is not good. I bought them all off secondary markets. I refuse to support them directly. So, it's support by proxy, which is still not okay. But yeah, 1 second. Why is Greg Medford a racist? I'm not into the story. Did he say something improper? Okay, so he posted a shirt with let me actually pull it up. Let me hop on Facebook real quick and try to find an actual post. It's like everywhere right now, so it shouldn't be too hard to find on here. 1 second, folks. To be honest, I thought everybody kind of already knew what was happening. So yeah, clearly not. Weird. Getting a random ass phone call from a number I don't recognize. I'm sure that's not a coincidence. Jesus fucking Christ. It's already starting. Anyways, how to share my screen real quick. All right. So this is the latest in a long line of things. So Greg Medford has said many different, comments about Chinese because they like to clone his knives and some other stuff as well. He's probably going to call this satire or a caricature of people or whatever. It's a joke. Da, 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 da. At a certain point in time, we need to be honest with each other about what a joke is, what satire is, and what a caricature is, and when it's just crossing the fucking line. This to me kind of crosses the line. In some ways, you could say it's funny. In most ways, for me, it is just really and truly unacceptable. And again, my thing is that I've literally heard this man say the N-word multiple times. I've literally heard Amy Medford say the word, sand N-word before. It's something that I've just kind of not said anything about because for the most part, it kind of seemed to stop. So I was like, whatever. I made some comments about it, talked to Greg about it, and then he just kind of denied it happened. So I was like, whatever. I was like, as long as you could just fucking stop doing that shit, bro, we're cool. And I haven't heard anything else. To be clear, I have not paid much attention. So that's kind of my own personal fault. I just have kind of just been this guy, la, 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 la. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. I heard about this because again, it's blowing up right now in the Facebook groups or whatever. And Like it's just not okay. So for those of you think this is a one-time thing or this is just satire or caricature or whatever, it's not. This man is is racist 100%. Watch his live streams. He will 100% slip up and then delete it immediately after. These things still happen. I thought they had stopped, but I asked around some other people and they're like, no, this shit still happens. It's not quite as bad as it used to be. He's not popped the N-word in a little bit now, about like a year and a half or so. But it has happened. It will totally happen again. During the whole like Black Lives Matter movements or whatever, he quote called said monkeys are riding on the streets. That's the most recent one, which is, again, not okay. It's really fucking not okay. I got quite a few comments going, so give me 1 second, folks. I'm not really been reading these. Evening, Kyle. Preach, brother. Yo, Kyle. The shirt. Yep, the shirt, sir. Evening, everybody. Evening, Todd. Evening, Michael. That shirt was disgusting. I agree. Yo. Some people defending it, actually not surprised, but well, what the fuck? Again, Medford has a cult following. And I mean, to a certain extent, like it's like I just kind of have to ignore it. But at the same time, like if somebody does something blatantly wrong, like for me, it's like politics, right? If you're a Republican or a Democrat or whatever the case may be, and your candidate does something horribly fucking wrong and you just decide to ignore it because they happen to be on your side of the party, that to me is fucking stupid. Like, right and wrong exist regardless of political affiliation or anything like that. It's one of those things that I just think we have to be honest about it. We're at the end of the day, we're all human beings. You all make fucking mistakes or whatever, but you just put your head in the ground, so to speak, and just pretend it didn't happen. It's fucking stupid. Like, anyways, I won't even contemplate Medford due to his ignorance, bigotry, and white supremacy. Yeah, which sucks because honestly, I like some of his knives. Like, I still have that Fat Daddy I've had for a couple of years now, and I still use it and I've been beating the fuck out of it, and it's a good knife. I'll probably be selling that one too. I just don't want anything to do with this guy at this point in time. Why is Greg Medford a racist? Okay, I already answered that. Okay, got it. It's not funny, not acceptable. Agreed. Is the dude in the front with the knife a famous politician or something? The dude in the back is a caricature of Xi Jinping. Probably said that wrong. Didn't think he'd be the dude. How cared about this? Why exactly not? Do you think I'm a fucking racist or whatever? Do you think I just bow down to shit like this? Do you think I would think it's okay? Again, man, if a small subset of people does something bad, it is not a justification to literally disparage an entire race. I don't understand how that is a hard concept to understand. He's not like, oh, Chinese knife makers, or oh, let's call out this certain company, right? Or hey, let's call out this certain industry, right? That's not what that shirt is. That's literally a caricature of a fucking Chinaman in the most racist possible way possible. Possible. It probably sounded stupid. And it's literally disparaging an entire race. Like, if you have a problem with Riot, okay, say, hey, fuck Riot, or fuck we, or fuck whatever the case may be, or fuck AliExpress, or fucking, God, what's the other one called? I already forgot. Fine, that's whatever, it is what it is. But if you're literally disparaging an entire people because a small subset did something you did not like, that is just dumb. I've been to prison, as you guys know. White people in prison, for the most part, are fucking racist. They are either skinheads, they are peckerwoods, they are woods, they are a bunch of different things, right? Guys walk around with giant ass swastikas tattooed on their backs and everything else, and they're genuinely proud of this shit. And I talked to a lot of them. I was like, hey, where does that ideology come from? And it's always some dumb shit. It's like, oh, well, so on and so forth, killed my grandfather, or this happened and that, or these people used to beat my ass. So, if they hate me, I hate them. Like, okay, you're talking about individuals, not an entire race of fucking people. Individuals. There's a fucking difference. There is a gigantic and truly profound difference. Something bad happened to you by a person. That's by a fucking person, not millions of people that you've never fucking heard of, that you don't know, that you cannot attest to their character. Like, racism is such a stupid fucking thing. Okay. Greg Medford, basically, long story short, has a long history of racism. He said the N-word multiple times. He is a scumbag, does a bunch of shady ass shit. If you want the details, scroll back to the beginning. He also recently released this shirt, which is, not fucking okay. So yeah, I've kind of been going on a rant for the last 16 minutes. So if you want to see all that, by all means, scroll on back. But no, like, again, like, you're talking about individual people, not a culture, not a people as a whole, just an individual person. And if your methodology and your ideology and your mindset is to hate everyone because one person does something to you, there's something fucking wrong with you. Like, really and truly. All right, let's see what's happened here. So sharp and sweet. Why is Greg the best? To be clear, I would honestly like your opinion on this. I honestly want you to tell me your story of why you think this man is, quote, the best. And I will not roast you on it. I will be 100% respectful to you. I won't call you out your name. I won't call you fucking stupid or anything like that unless you just say some really racist shit that I'm probably going to cuss you the fuck out. But if you have an actual reason why you like this man, by all means, please tell. There are always two sides to every single story. And on my channel, I try to make very, very clear that I'm not here to bully anybody. And if there's something I'm missing, I will 100% be the first person on to my mistakes and, make amends to that. I'm only speaking about my personal experience. And just like if you hate an entire race of people for one person, you're probably fucking stupid. I'm also an adult enough to realize that my own personal experience is not the only experience. So if there's more to it, I am more than willing and happy to hear it. But currently we're not getting any typing and he's not saying anything else. So I think that might be just about it. Or it's satire, which is entirely possible. But in the comments, I would like to hear how you guys feel about that. We have a couple of them here that I'm about to read out right now, but give me 1 second. Skin color has nothing to do with anything, but cultures can absolutely perpetuate toxic behaviors and ideologies. Not about Greg, but oftentimes people misinterpret criticizing a culture as racist. I think that is a really, really fine line. Like, I've met quite a few Chinese people or whatever that don't believe any of that type of shit. You also got to keep in mind, like, China is a dictatorship. So the people, the overwhelming majority, don't get a fucking say. So maybe you want to criticize the leaders, maybe you want to criticize the corporations, but as an entire people, it's kind of a whole different ballgame because, again, especially in China, that is a full-blown dictatorship. So they don't really have much of a say-so. Evening, Kyle. Understanding the support from the Medford cult for other issues, but this is disgusting. I mean, I think calling someone the N-word is pretty disgusting as well. Regardless of what your methodology is and your reasoning for it, I think it's just ridiculous. I think racism is the dumbest fucking thing out there. Because if you really think about it, man, if you just for a second take a step back from your personal experiences and you look at the logical principles behind racism and hating an entire group of people for one instance, it's just fucking ridiculous. And the funny thing is like, if you're white and you're like, oh, I hate this group of people. Dude, white people have done horrible ass shit. Like, to be fair, I think every single culture has done horrible ass shit at some point in time in their life. Because again, there are good people and there are bad people, and skin tone and where you're from and everything else. These things really don't fucking matter. You're either a good person or you're not. There are ways of criticizing that part of the culture / policy / whatever without going after race. I agree. China can eat my balls. The fuck? Oh man, I'm late. What did he do this time? Evening Metallica. Greg's the best. Okay, here we go. Fuck. Never mind. I just did this whole thing. 1 second, folks. I got a super chat and the whole thing just had a stroke. Greg is a great knife maker first, one of the best. He's an American patriot second. Okay. Is he a great knife maker? That's kind of debatable. I like my knives, but there are so many issues with his knives, right? Stuff that has to be sent back to the factory, stuff that has to be RMA'd and everything else. I think he is a great designer. I think as far as a knife maker, he definitely needs to take a sincere inventory of his skill level and probably outsource more things. Or at the very least, really update his QC because I hear so many issues with Medford knives. Again, I haven't firsthand experienced that. Actually, that's not true. My fat daddy literally had lock sticks so bad that I could not physically open it. I am 6'8", 280 pounds. I work out constantly. I was a mover for almost 11 years. My hands are ridiculously strong. And with the blade in a vise and both hands full on just wrenching at that lock bar, I could not get it disengaged. So, I mean, I have experienced some bad stuff. I sent it in. They fixed it in like 3 days, free of charge, apologized profusely. And since then, it's been perfect. So, but as far as just being a good knife maker, just in general, when there are that many QC issues, there is definitely something going on. Still here. What's up, brother? I think racism is a way of boosting one's own ego in a cheap way. Look, I am better and smarter because I'm white. Insert any other color. Blah 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 blah. I 100% agree. Super Still Steve. Greg is sponsoring a black woman professional shooter. How many KKK members employ black people? Brother, you're talking about a individual. You're talking about one person. First off, I don't know about this. Super Still Steve, everybody go follow that guy. Great channel. I don't know about this firsthand. As I said previously in this video or whatever, my head has very much been in the sand. I have seen him say some extremely racist things. He has said the N-word multiple times. Always on live streams. Again, he always deletes it afterwards, denies it all fucking day long, which to me is not only racist, also being a fucking coward. And that's weird as fuck to me. As far as the history behind him doing that and everything else, I don't know. As I've stated multiple times, this is just my own firsthand experiences, and the greater story as a whole, I just can't speak on. Greg sucks. How long has he been showing who he is? Pretty much from the get-go, honestly. He's been doing live streams for a long time. He's been saying out-of-pocket ass shit in those live streams. He's been creating kind of a cult following for himself. Some of the Centaurian events have had some shady shit going on there as well, mostly behind the scenes. To be clear, these are not things I've seen firsthand. I've just heard about them, and I've heard about them from multiple people. So the odds of one person lying, possible. 5 or 6, pretty unlikely, but again, cannot guarantee anything. He made a dumb shirt, so what? You're way out of line. Okay, let's nip this in the bud right here. I am voicing my own personal opinion on my own personal platform. Greg Medford is doing the exact same thing on that shirt. So, no, I'm not out of line. In my humble opinion, Greg Medford is out of line. But, that's just my own personal opinion. But to be clear, we are doing the exact same thing. We are talking on our own individualized platforms. And I'm not doing it in such a way to where I'm hiding literally anything. You can see my face. You can hear what the fuck I'm saying. You want to call me on some bullshit? Fine. You want to find my address? It's not that hard to find. I'm not fucking hiding. That's enough. He always speaks about Chinese knives and giving the enemy money. Does he feel the same way about Russian knives by chance? Shirgorov, Shibakov, etc., etc.? Probably. I don't know for sure. Again, I've not watched his stuff in a while, but probably if I had to guess. China only 3.5 years away from actually invading Americans' land and fighting us, thanks to diminishing arms, giving a lot of arms to this Ukrainian war. To be very clear, as far as the Chinese, dictatorship, as far as the leadership or whatever, I do not at all agree with that type of shit at all. And to be clear, if they ever invade our country, if anybody invades our country, I'll be the first fucking person to enlist. I'm pretty sure I'm over the age limit and 33 years old. I think you have to stop enlisting at like 31, 32, something like that. I could be totally off. But if I can fight, I'll fucking fight. That being said, like, it's one of those things to where, again, you're not disparaging just one person or some small subset. You are disparaging an entire fucking people. And that's kind of a different story. Not dumb shirt, a racist shirt, big difference. I agree. All right. Greg's always been the same. You don't like it, you got to keep it moving. Give it a few months. Once they invade Taiwan, we'll all have another opinion, maybe. Honestly, dude, you're entitled to your own personal opinion. And you're right. Greg has always been this way, which is why personally, I don't support the man, which is why many people in the knife community don't support this man. I mean, some people do. Some people also burn crosses on black people's fucking front lawns, and people still fucking do racist ass shit. The KKK is still a fucking thing to this day, unfortunately. There's actually one in Sacramento, for fuck's sake, which is, we're in California, like Liberalville, and there are multiple subsets of militia out here. There are multiple subsets of the Ku Klux Klan out here, some other shit as well. People will always support somebody. That's just what it is, dude. Here's the simple fact of the matter. There are 8 billion people on this fucking planet. 8 billion people. You will always find somebody, regardless of whatever the fuck you're preaching, whatever the hell you have to say, who will agree with you. It's just going to happen. Doesn't mean it's fucking right. All right, super chat, $20. Maybe blessed by his knobbly appendage. Flying spaghetti monster loves you, Rom. What the fuck? I appreciate the super chat. I have no idea what his message is, but I kind of love it. God damn it, did it again. It jumped way down. Okay, sharp and sweet swayed me. What about him swayed you, just out of curiosity? That he's always been a racist, that he's always done shady shit, that somehow being a patriot means you have to be racist? Being a patriot means you love your fucking country. I love my country. Proudly, I speak about it. Does it mean that I'm going to disparage it and other people as a whole? No, it's not fucking okay. And to be clear, like Taiwan or Russia going like, oh, fuck America. That's also not the right goddamn call. Like, you're dealing with people. If you don't like the fucking politicians, if you don't like the people in power, maybe say that. It's fucking, I don't know, dude. Like, it's so simple for me, but I don't know. I just feel like nobody else understands. I mean, some people do, to be clear, but like, you get the idea. What happened now with Greg? Yeah, he's a bit much, but from what I've seen, him and his speeches and stream clips, nothing, Nick. This is a cap live stream, needs viewers. Dude, I don't give a flying fuck about viewers. This live stream is not going to be monetized. I'm going to swear over and over and over again. This is not about viewers. This is not about subscribing to my goddamn channel. I don't even upload content anymore, dude. I do a live stream once every couple of weeks. I work so fucking much now that I really don't have time to run a channel. So subscribe to me, follow me, or don't. I don't give a fuck. It isn't about that shit, dude. See, weak people like you, bro, because it's kind of a weak ass argument right there, right? You want to try to justify, oh, this is benefiting him. You know how much you make on YouTube? If I got 1,000 views off of this video, I would make $3. So what? I can buy a Happy Meal in the fucking 1990s or the early 2000s. It's $3. Do you really think I care about $3? If I have millions of subscribers, there's serious money there, but I don't. I have a couple thousand, and I'm surprised I even have that. This isn't about money. This is about standing your fucking ground for a principle you believe in. And if you disagree with that, fine. But to go, oh, he needs viewers is just fucking stupid. It's called salting for the sale. Bigotry, elitism, and greed sell big time. That is very fucking true. And he's a veteran U.S. He's a U.S. veteran. Yes, he is. And for his service, I thank him. For him as a person, though, he's a shithead. I don't doubt that he can have prejudices. Honestly, the policies are boring. If his knives are trash, I don't care about his personality. His opinions are irrelevant unless he's running for mayor. I don't care, lol. Medford knives are definitely not great, especially for the price. They are extremely overpriced, which is also why the secondary market on them is absolutely fucking terrible. You buy a Medford knife for, $1,300 or whatever and sell it the next day, you're going to get like $800 for it. That's fucking terrible. Like that should speak volumes in of itself. Like anybody who buys a Medford knife new and you don't like it, I'm sorry for you, because like you're going to lose your fucking ass on it and it sucks. Sharp, all that is good and all, but he is still racist, but that's okay, huh? Cult following, stop it right now, bro. He literally has a cult following. If you know what, I'm good. I'm getting serious Biden voter vibes on this page. I voted for Trump actually, but okay. To be clear, I'm not a Republican. I just think fucking Biden was doing some extremely stupid shit, and I thought Trump might do a little bit better. I don't really support Trump either. I think honestly, both parties are kind of stupid. Just like I voted for Trump the first time as well, because I think Hillary is a piece of shit ass person. I thought Trump might be a little bit better. That's it. And I just lost 8 viewers for that. Oh, well. Greg sponsored a professional marksman who was African-American, weird for supremacist. Sorry, just pop that up again. LOL, 3 to 5 years, need to get some real education there. Metallica, stop listening to the far right. You listen to hate the country and the government, not the people and culture. What happened? Hi, Allison. Chicago, what's up? Why is he racist? Brother, it's a long story. I've been going for about a half hour now. If you want to scroll back and listen to it, by all means, please do so. Long story short, the most recent, the very long stream of things. He posted a crazy ass shirt up. I will show it once again. Give me 1 second to share my screen. He posted up this shirt, which is out of pocket. He's also said the N-word multiple times on live streams, some other stuff as well. Just a long history of being racist. Why is he shady? I just like good knives. Norwegian, Finnish, Danish, Italian, German, US, Japanese, Taiwanese, Chinese. That's kind of how I feel, dude. I just like fucking knives. I like things that actually fit my hand properly. I like true and genuine good fucking tools. And honestly, I wish all of the politics could just be left the fuck alone. The shit is goddamn exhausting. And yeah. That's kind of why I stopped posting videos about community drama, but this just pissed me the fuck off. So here we are again. Should I get rid of my Schreider .7 AR? I might. I have a like heavily customized one, like a Groot pattern finish and some other stuff as well. There's only, I think, 3 of them out there right now. I might, and I fucking love that knife. To be clear, that is a Schreider design made by Medford. And that knife also has some profound problems to it, but I still really like it. Maybe it's just an IQ thing. I don't believe an intelligent person may be a racist. Please list one intelligent person who's a racist. Okay. My counter argument for this, right, is that in this day and age to where information is littered at Google search away. If you don't know something, search it. All the time, man, on these live streams and conversations, people say shit that I don't understand. I'm like, oh fuck, okay. Google. I'm gonna research a shot. I'm gonna figure what the fuck else is going out, because we're in this age, right, to where if you want to know something, you can. Like 100%, you can learn something. So if you don't know something, or you can't figure it out, or it's beyond you, there are ways without going to college, without going to school, completely free of charge for you to educate yourself. Like at this point in time, ignorance is not a proper excuse, because if you're ignorant, it's because you are willfully fucking ignorant. Like that's not okay. Greg is a libertarian, freedom-loving dude, and he don't give a shit about offending anyone's feelings. You don't like him, don't buy his products. Why hate him, and why make a big deal out of it? Again, this is just my own personal line in the sand. That's it. Like there is literally nothing more to it than that. If you want some big, long-ass, drawn-out answer or whatever, I don't have one. This is just my own personal channel. This is how I personally feel. If you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not saying this is the right call to do the stream right now. Literally, I'm just venting because I have a lot to say about this. But here's the thing. Unlike Greg, I promise you, I will not delete this. And if YouTube does, because sometimes they do delete my shit, I say too much out of pocket ass crap and they nuke the fucking video. I have this whole thing being recorded right now on secondary software, so I'll upload it again. Calling someone who is a pro-American racist is so mainstream. Dude, I don't give a fuck about the mainstream. That man is racist. And to be clear, like pro-American, like if you're pro-American, right, it means you are pro everybody because our country is a fucking melting pot. Our country has every single nationality in it. I work in a nightclub, dude. Literally, in that one nightclub, we will have every single nationality every single night, drinking, laughing, partying, having a good time together. And it's fucking beautiful. That is America as a whole. So if because of the way somebody looks or where they're from bothers you, you're a racist piece of shit. Because guess what? Those people might come from fucking China, come to America, pass our test, and now they are also citizens. That's what most people in our country are. So to be like, oh, well, you know, I hate you for this. You are fucking stupid. He sometimes says things I don't agree, but it's Greg. He is a pit bull type aggressive dude. By the way, Greg is a puppy dog in person. Greg doesn't say shit to anyone in person. I've met the guy multiple fucking times. I've called him on some shit multiple times, and his shoulders slump down and he talks real fucking quiet. That big bravado disappears real fucking fast. Greg Medford is a soldier. I respect that he served our country, but he's also a fucking coward. And by the way, Greg, if you happen to be watching this or you happen to see this, I stand out, brother. I'm pretty sure you remember my ass. And free speaking, he's absolutely right about supporting Chinese products, make the CCP stronger and more powerful. There is no separation between government and business in China. Again, make fun of the people in power. List out specific companies. Specify where your agenda lies. Don't disparage an entire fucking people. That's it. That's not a hard concept to understand. That is my problem. And if it's not yours, then that speaks a lot about your character as well. I still have race people in here laugh my ass off. It is what it is, man, but I kind of agree with you. Trump 2024, Democrats blow goat balls. He uses 6 washers on Praetorian tea just for tolerances. That's my main beef with Greg. Yeah, that is that's very true. My Praetorian tie, which has since been sold, had, I think it was like 4 on one side, like 2 on the other, because he could not get his machining right. So he had to like basically kind of like do a little counterpiece to it. It is what it is. To be clear, I can't make fucking knives. I don't have that ability. He does. Are they great? Sometimes. Are they shit? Sometimes. But if I made a knife, it would be shit all the time. So regardless if he has like improper tolerances or whatever the hell is going on, he's more talented than I am. Just being real. Freedom of speech has its limits. You cannot slander or insult other people freely. It's not freedom of speech anymore. It's just dumb. Exactly. Thumbs up. Saying the N-word makes one racist. Yes. Saying words that disparage an entire people make one racist. Doug, I kind of feel like you're Randall from Clerks 2, you know, where he's like, oh, porch monkey, I'm bringing it back. It's a long-standing joke. You can't bring it back. It is literally designed to disparage an entire people. If you call someone the N-word, you are disparaging an entire people. And in that one act, in that one word, you are now racist. To be clear, I think people can fucking change. I think that you can learn things that make you grow as a person and make you better than you are now. I think things can happen to where you change your entire outlook on life. I used to be a hardened fucking criminal. I have done shit I will never tell literally anybody. And I don't do that type of shit anymore. And it wasn't prison that fucking changed my ass. I just learned, man. I just saw the way the world fucking was one day. And I just did my own personal research. And I was like, why the fuck do I feel this way? Why do I think this way? Where is this actually going to get me? And through actual information and genuine work, I changed. Anybody can change, but it requires true and genuine work. So 5 years from now, maybe he won't be. But right now, Greg Medford is fucking racist. Period. Chicon knives, that is fucked up. Doug, yeah, it does. He's taking some of the heat off of Hinderer with this. That is very, very true. Hinderer's fucking market value has gone down quite a bit. Yeah. Hinderer, Hoback. There was one other company that had some drama recently, but I forgot what it was. Maybe we can just call him what he cemented himself as, an asshole. But I love my Strider .7 AR. It is a good knife. He's definitely an asshole. I think that's kind of a cop-out. I'm an asshole. I say fucked up things. I joke around. I roast people or whatever. I'm genuinely an asshole. I'm not a racist, though. I think, just to be like, oh, I'm an asshole. Or, oh, I'm just opinionated. Or, oh, it's just freedom of speech. Like, yeah, these are all things, but you're also a racist. If you think you're better than somebody else because of the fucking tone of your skin, or if you want to disparage an entire race because you disagree with one person or one company or one action, like, you're a fucking racist. Period. Yo, what's good? That's funny. Tungsten carbide. Fucking Kirby. It does. Maybe Greg is just a douchebag human being, and that is all. Again, I think to just lump him into that group, you can be a douchebag. You can be an asshole. You can also be a racist. What are the problems with your .75 AR? I have not had any. I can literally force the actual lock bar down and it'll just pop right off. I don't hard use that knife, so I don't really care that much. I also, because I have big ass hands, my finger is always in that choil. So I'm putting like extra like force upwards so it doesn't actually like lock out on me like that. But I can literally hold it, take my finger out of that choil and press it down and that blade will drop. It's been sent back twice and it still has that exact same issue. It had an extremely wonky grind. I've sharpened that thing like 4 times already, so that grind is now gone. But at first it was pretty fucked up. And also there was literally a fucking piece of tie like protruding outwards to where it was like sharp as fuck. To be clear, I've sanded that down, not a hard fix. My only issue is that the QC is fucked up. You can insult people and lie about them as long as it doesn't cause financial or reputational damage. That's when it becomes libel/slander. Man, Greg, if you would like to sue me for me voicing my opinion on this fucking live stream, I am not Transparent Knives. I will take that shit on the fucking chin and say fuck you the entire time. Sir, by all means, bring it. You'll be very surprised where that goes, by the way. None. Yeah. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard case. I know nothing about that. I know Amber Heard said Johnny Depp hit her and they like blacklisted him for Pirates of the Caribbean. I know they're in like a defamation suit or some shit right now, but other than that, I have no idea. I don't really watch the news or shit like that. I just don't fucking care. Greg the racist. Just getting home from work. What line was crossed? Oh man, dude. I have reiterated this like 5 different times. I'm gonna do this one more time. Here is the actual shirts. Greg is also Jesus. Greg has also said extremely out of pocket ass shit on live stream, said the N-word, some other stuff, just a lot of racist ideology and bullshit. There is a very long story to that, and this has been going on for years and years. So like, it's not anything simple to explain. Do the research, brother. As long as people come to the U.S. legally, we good. I mean, I agree with that to a point. So I'm a felon. When I first got out of prison, I could basically only work in the field and under the table jobs. There was a man, I'm not going to say his name, that worked with me that literally had, illegally imported from Mexico or whatever. And he worked hard as fuck. And he literally lived on the streets by choice because he made decent money and sent every single dime he had back home because his family was just truly and genuinely impoverished. He had family that were sick and almost dying. They could not afford healthcare or anything of the like. And so this man literally would work like 15-hour days and then sleep on the side of the road by choice, even though he could afford his own place. Long story short, gave the guy a fucking place to live for like 5 or 6 months or whatever. He did eventually get citizenship. His family has since moved across state lines legally. But like, I think if you have such determination and drive that you are going to like willfully be homeless just to send every single dime you make to your family, I think that's incredible, man. If you have a heart like that, I don't care if you're legally a citizen or not. Like, you're a citizen in my fucking eyes, man, because I would not do that. Like 100%. Like if someone's like, oh, hey, go to this foreign country to where you know nobody, you barely speak the language, and send us every single dollar you have. And by the way, sleep on the goddamn concrete, gravel, whatever the hell is over there at the time. It's been years. I don't remember what it was. I would tell you to go fuck yourself. Whoa, you're a bad person if you don't do this. I don't fucking care. Call me an asshole. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. That is true and genuine heart. And there are stories like that all over the place, man. Like, yes, there are some also true and genuine scumbags. The amount of drugs that get imported illegally out here, the amount of like MS-13s and everything else that are out here legally causing fucking hell. That's drama. It's horrible. I get it. But at the same time, there's also some really and truly and genuinely hard working ass people that do jobs that most of us don't want to fucking do. Like when I was literally doing like field labor, it was just my white ass getting burnt as a motherfucker and all Mexicans. And like nobody else wanted to do that job, but it needs to get fucking done. And if somebody has enough heart to break their fucking back for a dream, dude, I have nothing but respect for that. That shirt is pretty racist. LOL. It's kind of like the anti-Japanese propaganda put during the U.S. World War II. It's almost exactly that. China already produces 80% of the world goods, from electronics to everything else. Not buying Chinese knives won't make a dent. Ask politicians to get production back at competitive pricing. I mean, I think if things were made in America more, I think if we were more independent, I think it would be a lot better. I don't like that so many jobs are outsourced and everything else, but again, not an excuse to disparage an entire fucking race of people. People are soft as Charmin, like it's crazy, dude. You all have any idea how racist Chinese people are? Laugh my fucking ass off, do some research. Actually, I do. But here's the thing, none of your business, which is kind of an appropriate name. We only control ourselves. Other people can do scumbag ass shit. And okay, that's their own personal choice. We have to make our own choices. We have to stand our own ground and do what the hell we do. We'll do what the hell we want to do. We have our own personal moral compass. It should not be determined by anybody else. Yeah, they can say whatever the fuck they want to. They can say whatever they want to about me personally, for fuck's sake. I'm still not going to cross that goddamn line because my own personal moral compass thinks that shit's fucking wrong. But again, this is just my own personal opinion. I love my Chinese Riot K3. I have this thing from Riot. Ow, kind of hurt. I have a hollowed Valhalla, which I fucking love. And there's one other knife that I have that's not Riot, but made by Riot that I have that I forgot about. Oh yeah, my Something Obscene company, JK. I think all my Chinese are made by Riot. Riot does do fantastic work. LOL. What about those that call themselves that or call each other that they're putting down their entire race and are being racist towards himself? Man, if you're asking about the difference between nigga and the N-word, that is something that straight up, as a white man, I am not going to touch because I do not understand that either. Like I don't, but it's also not for me to understand. It's not for any of us to understand. Like that's something that they choose to do for their own personal fucking reasons. And I am not going to speak on it. Not saying I condone it. Racism is not okay. Sexual harassment of women is not okay. These are vile acts. I think we can all agree on these basics 100%. Man, you would think so. You would think it'd be just such a basic and clear line, but it's not. Also, this is not something I know firsthand, but apparently Greg is also like fucking super like sexually harassed you with employees and some other shit as well, and people as a whole. I don't know this firsthand, but I've heard it multiple times about this guy being like super derogatory towards women and thinking they're like less than human beings, so to speak. Is that true? I don't fucking know. Just putting it out there. Do your own research. But yeah. And did it again and lost the whole comment chain. God damn it. Aw. I was on a Medford kick months ago and decided to sell them off because of his character. I heard him say, "That's a knife right there to plunge into the first liberal you see. Not cool." Microtech, wonder why he thinks about Microtech outsourcing some knives to China. I'm sure he's not happy about it. If there was an asshole competition in the knife world, who would be in your top three? Greg Medford is definitely one. DSK from Dan Sullivan Knives. Honestly, I don't have a top three. I just have a top two. I've only known those people to just do really scumbag. Oh, never mind. That's a lie. Crusader Forge. I forgot the guy's fucking name, but that dude stole like a fuckload of money, like lied to people, played a whole bunch of different games, and all sorts of crazy ass shit. Fucked over the community, like that guy, scumbag. And Will Moon, I guess. But to be clear, like I have no personal dealings with the Will Moon, so I don't know. But this is all like just secondhand information. Greg Medford, DSK Tactical, and Crusader Forge have all personally fucked me over before. So like, yeah. I heard a bit that Medford was racist, but don't know the story. Honestly, it's a lot to do with his live stream. It says like the N-word, some other stuff as well. He recently posted a shirt that's just completely out of pocket. I'm not going to go back and rehash it all again, but feel free to scroll back to the beginning of the live stream and watch it all if you want to. The way I see it, words are powerless. If an insecure person wants to use racial insults, that's okay. Just empty noise. So in some ways, I agree with this, right? Like, literally at the club, probably like maybe a month ago or whatever, there's these 4 white dudes from Oakville. To be clear, if you live in Stockton or in my area, there is a town that's part of Stockton technically, but it's also kind of not. It's called Oakville. There are no paved roads. There's no like sidewalks. There are paved roads. It's pretty much the meth capital of California. It's really, really out of pocket. And these guys are from there. And they were trying to get in the club, right? But they were already just absolutely fucking wasted. To be clear, it doesn't matter what you are. If you come to our club and you're already drunk, we don't want you in here. So you're going to drink more. You're going to be a fucking problem. So we told them they had to go. They tried to fight one of my other floor hosts, a guy named Lionel. And I hopped in and they're like, "Oh, you fucking race traitor." And I just laughed. This shit is fucking funny to me. Like, yeah, in some ways, words are powerless. If any person wants to use racial insults, it's okay. Just empty noise. In some ways, yes. But also when you're trying to disparage an entire fucking race or whatever, like for me, it's just, I don't know, man. It's kind of just not okay. Also, being called a race traitor was the funniest shit I've heard in a long ass time. I was dying all night. What you described here shed a lot of light on the situation and what kind of person Greg is. Again, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience, things I've actually seen and experienced firsthand. The womenizing, talking, disrespecting women or whatever, I have not seen that firsthand. Don't fucking know. Pretty much everything else I'm talking about firsthand experience. This is just things that I have personally seen, and I'm hoping they shed a light on it. And, maybe Greg will stop getting your business because at a certain point in time, like a line needs to be drawn. And to be clear, like if Greg like fucking apologized, okay, this is out of pocket, I apologize. I'm gonna try to do better. I'll be the first fucking person to give him another chance. Because I truly believe people can fucking change. I genuinely believe that. But you got to put that work in, man. You got to actually learn from your mistakes. You got to actually really try to be a better person. And if he tried to be that, I would shake his hand fast as fuck. Cause I'm all about that type of shit, man. Again, I was a criminal for a long fucking time. I've done horrible ass shit to a lot of fucking people. Some of those people aren't here anymore. Just is what it is. But at the same time, like, you can change. Anybody can. It's not fucking easy. And honestly, I hope that man changes. I hope he turns his fucking life around. I hope he thinks differently because I want our community as a whole to stick together. I want our community as a whole not to have drama and bullshit and all this type of nonsense. And I have met so many, dude, so many genuinely good people in our community that it makes the assholes stand out really, really bad. Case in point, I'm an asshole. And for better or worse, I kind of stand out. And I got to be aware of that. But again, racism is a different story. I think Greg meant to target people counterfeiting his designs. He definitely took the wrong approach, but I don't believe he hates all Asians. Probably an extremely poor lapse in judgment. Again, he has said things to the contrary in live streams multiple times. And yeah, I'm not about clickbait, y'all. So like the thing saying that Greg Medford is racist P.O.S, right there is my tagline or whatever. That's genuinely how I fucking feel. There is no clickbait here. I will not change my opinion unless Greg changes as a person. So now what happened? Long story, brother. Feel free to scroll back. LOL. I wasn't saying that he is going to sue you. That was just a clarification on another comment. You're in Cali. We have anti-slap here. You would be fine. It was on one of those videos where he's going down a list of knives being shipped out to a retailer. Sup bro was good. Yeah, he racist. That's a fact. Amber Heard is woo, just like Nicole Simpson was. God damn it. It keeps fucking up. Here we go. And no one at any point said, these shirts might be racist. Honestly, dude, I would not be surprised if multiple people on his fucking staff are like, hey, it's probably not a good call. I just don't think he cares. Which another thing, like, it's not just you. If you're heading up a company or a corporation, your actions are not just your actions. So to not care about your staff and to put things out there that are going to damage the company as a whole that they work for is also fucked up. But yeah, that one is very much my own personal opinion, though. What did the shirt say? I couldn't read it. I'm going to be honest, dude. I don't want to read that out loud. Talk that shit, Kyle. Yeah, a little bit. You don't know what you would do if you wanted fucked up ass country that was able to just come and take your shit, and where drug lords ruled, you'd have a different view on life. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, what are you talking about? That was a while back. Sorry, folks. I have hella comments here. I'm trying to go through them all individually, so it's making it kind of slow. Words are just words. In a fight, yes. Somebody wants to call me a punk bitch, I don't care. Like, put your fucking hands on me, then I'm gonna light your ass up. So in something like that, yeah, words are just words. Okay. But we're not talking about in a fight. We're not talking about somebody provoking you or whatever. We're talking about, again, racist ass comments. And to be clear, I guarantee you, if somebody like hollers the N-word or whatever, someone's probably going to get punched in the fucking face. There is a reason why most racists, the vast majority, are in the fucking closet, because people will kill them for that belief system. Like, just saying. Words are words to a point. Tungsten Carbide. I fucking love that name. I specify legally because one of my good friends was taken advantage of by smugglers. She didn't really have any other option. I think the system could be much better. I agree. Let's not forget the natives that had their land stolen. Yeah, on American soil, like they're literally the foundation of what America is. That's fucked up as well. I'm a retired combat medic / disabled veteran. I fought and had my body destroyed for every U.S. citizen to have their freedoms. Doesn't mean I have to like what they say. Patriotism has become toxic. Exactly. Fucking spoken perfectly right there. Really wish I wouldn't have rushed into grabbing the Riot XO when first released because I would have much preferred the dagger or Tonto blade over drop point. Still love the XO though. I think I have a drop point. Yeah. I sold my dagger and I also had a Tonto as well. That, yeah, was cool. The Beard of Doom. Yeah, it probably means not every kind of patriotism. Patriotism is real. For sure. I'm gonna go at around 5. I still gotta go to work. Literally, all this shit happened while I was at the gym. So I'm like responding to people or whatever while still working out with waist clinking in the background and everything else. And I got home to do this video and yeah, I still gotta go to work. Oh fuck. Perfect response. Patrick did an amazing TED talk on the subject, well worth the watch. Don't know what that is, but I'm going to take a picture because I'm going to watch this. Can I just say, I'm an ugly motherfucker. I'm taking the picture right and trying not to have my mug in there. And I was like, that is not attractive. I mean, I don't fucking care, but yeah. Haters gonna hate. I hear you, believe me. Being half Cuban and half Persian, you can't listen to all the dumb people say. You'll go crazy. Better things to do. Off topic. What do you think about the Russian invasion of Ukraine? Do you think Biden just sent the Ukrainians 3,000 kilometers heavy artillery? Oh man, that is a hard thing to get into. I think Putin's a fucking bully. But as far as like if we should, well, that's hard, dude, honestly, because I think like if we were to cross that line, like it's gonna be a full-on like world war because China right now is backing Russia and everything else. So like this is why I'm not a politician because I lead with my heart at all times. So I would say yes to, help them to do the right thing. But as a politician, it could literally equal the deaths of millions if you make the wrong call. So my own personal standard, yeah, I would say help them. But like, is that the right call to make, as far as the long term? I don't know. That's not my call to make. Do you have a website? I definitely do not. Yes, why not? No, why? What's that? I think that's one thing you learn inside. Your words can have life-threatening consequences. Oh man. I'll tell you a story. So I was on a level 3 yard. I did a decent amount of my time at High Desert State Prison. But my actual like intake thing was done in DVI, to be clear, in H-Wing, which is now S&Y, but back then it was GP. So I had spent a decent amount of time out there because I was a violent bastard and I kept getting sent back to the hole and having to get my paperwork refit out and everything else. So literally I was there. I went to fire camp, fucked up fire camp, got a whole bunch of points, shipped me over to a level 4 yard. That was full. So I went to the 3 yard, which I think was a lower, if I remember correctly. And there was one of the dudes that's also in my car, a white guy or whatever, that was just saying some like really out of pocket ass shit. And I've called him out. I was like, brother, let's fucking get it right now. Like, is there a fucking problem, dog? Like, come on, like, what's up? And our little car holder, our key holder, hands me a knife and hands him a knife. I was like, bro, I just wanted to fight his ass. And the guy laughs and he goes, you're on a 3 yard, dog. It's hands off. You guys are both good dudes. I hope nobody gets killed, but you're going to fucking stab each other right now, or we're going to stab you. That moment changed my whole fucking life. And even though I'm not in prison anymore, before I say something, especially in person, I always think about it. I was like, is this really the right call? Because words have fucking power and they have consequences. And do I really want to cross that line right now? And more often than not, the answer is fuck no. Much love. Good for you for speaking your mind, bro. Hello. What up, Quack? Biden family is the modern day mafia. From what I've seen, again, just the news likes to spin shit. So I don't know how much all that is true, but yeah, a little bit. If Greg Medford challenged you for a duel and you can each have one knife to fight any knife, what would you take on the duel versus Greg? Honestly, I would prefer to go hand to hand. Pretty decent fucking fighter. Greg is military, so he's definitely trained. But I prefer my odds hand to hand. As far as if I had to have a knife, fuck. Like what type of knife? Are we talking about like bigger blades, like machete style? We're talking about folding knives, fixed blades. Like there's a lot out there, man. Probably my karambit. Like I can do some fucking damage with that thing. I train with karambits all the time. I freaking love that style of blade. It's such a niche little thing that is good at, man. But like that one niche, like it excels so good at being able to close the distance, to cross lines, to move across the body, to just fucking gut somebody. Like I love training with that knife. There's a website that I've been waiting for new parts that is similar to your name. I definitely do not have a website. That's not me. I don't sell anything. Oh, okay, never mind. To this guy. I'm like, I don't have a website, brother. For S Dagger, app good. Did the Strider 0.7 AR fail a spine whack test? You know what? Give me 1 second. I'll go grab it. Oh, my fucking eyes. All right, I'm going to do this straight into the actual microphone. Also, to be clear, a spine whack test, yes, it would fail. A spine whack test is something that doesn't really mean anything. I'm fucking extra. So, like, I mean, I do them, but to be clear, it doesn't actually merit anything. Like if I smacked it, would it fail? Sure. The bigger issue is that, again, fully locked out, so you can see the actual lockup. You can do that if it wants to do it, and disengages. It takes a decent amount of force. I also just cut myself for you guys' benefit. It has closed on me like 2 or 3 times during use, but for the most part, like you're holding it like this and you're pressing downwards. So like it's not a huge issue, but like otherwise, like it can be that. Like as you're seeing right there, it's fully locked out again. And nope, now it's not gonna do it. Closed. It's always done that. I bleed for your benefit. La la la. But yeah, and then as far as a spine whack test, sure, whatever. Definitely fails that, but that also doesn't really mean anything. The bigger issue is that if you are pressing down on this tip while actually doing a draw cut, sometimes it closes. And that sucks. Hopefully you guys are able to see that as well, because yeah, this camera is not the greatest, but yeah. One more time, full lockup. Put it right there so I don't cut myself. Oh, I'm stupid. Pressing the lock bar. I'm dumb. I'm like, why is it not doing it? I could feel this piece moving. So it's like that. Wow. All right, give me 1 second. I'm bleeding quite a bit, actually. I'm all slippery. So never mind on that one. Fuck, I gotta go to work right now. Oh man. All right, let's go through the last of the comments and I gotta take off. Yeah, a live spine whack test. Spine whack reminds me of Nero knives. I don't know what that is. Why doesn't anybody address the fact that while Biden's trying to take away guns here in America, he just gave away hundreds of thousands of them to the Taliban when we left? That is definitely a thing. Wow, I'm actually bleeding pretty good. That's surprising. Oh, well. Oof, you sent that into them. Yeah, and it came back worse. So eventually I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to get it modded the hell out and have it super fucking pimped. And now it's cool, but it's still kind of fucked up. And now it has more character. Blood. Whoops. Whoops. We appreciate you sacrificing your body for us. Oh, yeah, for sure. Spine whack test failed immediately. So Medford is proof all American made is not the best. Medford, honestly, they either do like, I think there are times they make really good fucking knives. I think their issue is that they charge so much fucking money. So there's heavy incentive to push them all out to make them like, to make more money. They're pretty much always backed up. You have to wait like a fucking year for it because they just bullshit back there. I think there's a lot of different things to why their QC is just frankly garbage. But to be clear, like it's not always garbage. And if you get a good knife, for the most part, it's a great knife, but is what it is. I've had 2 Medfords made knives and both were horrible. Had to send one back to Medford and the other I took apart and fixed myself. What are your favorite blade steels? Why is Greg Medford racist? Brother, I'm not ready to cut it off right now. Feel free to scroll back. In the first probably 3 to 5 minutes, I touch on it all. I go into detail about it all. And everything else is just having a conversation with a whole bunch of ranting, swearing, and some other shit. Just be forewarned. If you want to watch that, cool. If not, I don't mind at all. My favorite blade steel by far is 14C28N, also CPM 154. I'm very much a user. So for me, I definitely want to have knives that I can use, abuse, and most importantly, afterwards, resharpen. M390, S90V, Rex 121, and everything else, which are also some great steels. I don't sharpen myself. I send them out. Can I sharpen them myself if I wanted to? Sure. Done it before. It's just not fun. Also, while we're here, I'm going to do a live unboxing because I got a few new knives. One of which I can almost guarantee I'm going to hate, but I never actually tried this little version of it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And my buddy Corey had a pretty badass one for sale, so I was like, fuck it. Okay. I'm just tearing apart this whole box. I ain't trying to deal with this right now. All right. So here we have a 80-20.5, which I've talked quite a lot of shit on. I'm not a huge fan of this because they charge honestly too much for some really shitty steel. This one is in D2, which I actually love D2 because again, I'm a user. And it's modified pretty heavily. Let me clean off this blood first before I just stain my goddamn brand new knife with my gore. So this is it. Frag scales, bronze hardware. Also got a little lanyard plug right there. D2 steel, drop point. I don't like that. That was fast. Little too small for my size of hands. It's also very, very thin. I paid $260, $275, maybe $250 for this. I forgot exactly what I paid. Good knife, solid action, very solid action. Actually, holy shit, that's really smooth. It also has upgraded bearings and pretty much every modification you can get on it. But it is just too thin and too small. So if you're interested, let me know. Will not be a keeper. Now we have a fixed blade. This is from Shea Carnivora. Ooh. Also, if you want this is a super sharp. Holy crap. It's one of those knives that's so sharp you don't feel it cut. So like you almost fucking kill yourself with it. Kyle, thanks for your patience. I really appreciate it. I hope you love this Jag. I'm sure I will, Don. So this is the Jaguar 1 from a company called Shea Carnivora. It's managed by a man named Don Kramer. Really good dude, very knowledgeable. It comes in burlap. That does not smell good. Holy shit. I don't know why I smelled the knife bag, but I did. And I regret it. Oh my God. It's fucking knot. I'm being defeated by this little small knot. Oh God. Wow. That's really pretty. So 5160 steel, really beautiful Persian blade. This one has this bone white micarta and some freshly bled on the other side. It's kind of badass looking. I wonder if it'll actually stay that color. Like that's exactly where my bloody finger touched it. Nope, comes right off. Damn it. The ergonomics are fantastic. I already have one of these knives in black micarta and I fucking love it. The sheath to me could be done a little bit better, but still very well done. Edge geometry on these is pretty much always fantastic. And I really like the way this like bone white micarta looks. So that is the live stream. Let me scroll through the actual comments again to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Like the theme music. Oh, hey, let me touch on that real quick. Yeah, so I don't understand why that's the case, but it very much is. I've been to CYA, Preston Youth Correctional Facility, and it was the same way. And prison is like way the hell worse, like a lot. But yeah, it's weird. I got a buddy of mine doing time right now in Oklahoma, and they're not segregated at all. Medford has some good looking knife, but I'd rather spend my money on CRKT, CRK, Koning, Arius, or a full tie 80/20. That's kind of funny. Just saw that. I agree with Koning. I love the Chris Reeve Umnumzon. I'm not a fan of this Benza at all. I also have one of their fixed blades that I love, but otherwise not really my thing. Nice. No, not my heckin'. I don't know what that means. Only Medford I've ever liked or wanted is the USMC Fighter Flipper. I love the way that knife looks. The ergonomics for me were absolutely terrible, but I loved the way that knife looked. I wanted to like it so bad, and I fucking couldn't. Did you guys see the new full tie 820.5 and 3V? I did not. When the fuck is that dropping? Actually, why do I want that? I'm going to sell this right now, so never mind. I don't care. Don't tell me. I don't need more knives. I bought 3 today already. It's about $350, I believe, but I want it. Could be worse. CNET Knife Center just dropped the 20.5 and 3V for $189. The titanium ones were around $280, I think. Yes, and almost got one, but grabbed 3V with red scales. It wasn't until after ordering my 3V with red scales that noticed the titanium one was the bigger pivot, like the full size 80/20. Free micarta making material. Even better, I thought the tie one was closer to 350. Sorry, it's still kind of redundant. Thumbs up for the bloody knife. Full tie 24.5. Was 100% sure on the tie ones. All right. So, as always, folks, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'm going to take off today. Thank you for watching. If you agree with me, cool. If you think I'm just an asshole, that's fine too. It does not bother me one way or the other. I think America is all about that diverging opinion. To be clear, if you're a racist asshole, you can go fuck yourself. But if we just disagree on some of the things I've said today, that is totally fine. And I appreciate all of you. Once again, I love you all with all of my heart, my ginger soul. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Take care and bye bye.